A lot of people enjoyed my video where I reacted to Watch Mojo's 10 best modern metal bands. That was fucking ridiculous. And they just released a video on the top 10 modern punk bands. So I thought this would be fun. We're gonna have some laughs here. So headbang the like button, stage dive on the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. And if you're a fan of the channel, consider becoming a member. Memberships only cost 99 cents a month, and each one really helps me toward my lifelong goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. This will be fun because I love punk music. I am definitely way more of a metal fan, but I've always considered punk the rowdy cousin of metal that I wouldn't want to live with, but we have fun weekends together. You know what I mean? Elaborate ruse to watch us to get a Watch Mojo video. You know, I completely agree with everyone shitting on Watch Mojo and how like vanilla and lame they are. I don't mind putting on their videos on in the background and making funny jokes and stuff, you know? I don't take them to be like, oh, I'm going to be educated on what the best punk bands are. So let's react to Watch Mojo's top 10 modern punk bands. I'm telling you right now, I have not watched this. It's going to be like Paramore and shit that sounds like that. Very little punk. They're just so fun to laugh at. Exactly. It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch Mojo Science Theater 3000. They might fucking copyright me. Yeah, you've been copyright struck. Might happen. Copyright struck. Yeah.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks.
This is the AI that pretends to be a music fan.
For the most noteworthy bands who are keeping the spirit of punk alive.
None.
These are contemporary groups that were formed after 2010 or started gaining mainstream traction around that time. Number 10, La Dispute. If you want to be called an
super punk. Love the mohawk and the tatted face and the heroin needles.
Intellectual for your music taste, this is the band for you.
Early morning stopped like the ever-ticking clock.
Short shorts, high clean socks, punk rock.
Known for their experimental style. Rather than being restricted by genre labels, their music fuses various influences, such as hardcore punk with jazz, screamo, or blues.
I like 3 of those things and none of them together.
The office, the sunlit frames your
Where's the punk?
silhouette. I think it's lighting fireworks.
The Pilates class? Punk's not supposed to be smart. It's supposed to be on parole.
What makes this Grand Rapids, Michigan act stand out in the punk scene is their spoken word style delivery. The lyrics are philosophical and often inspired by the members' own lives. This lends a certain vulnerability to their songs.
Because punk rock is soft vulnerability. It sounds like you're in a waiting room of a Pilates class. When I think punk rock video, I think stuffed animals.
The dynamic arrangement ensures you keep headbanging. It's the best of both worlds.
Where's the headbanging?
We're in a basement,
I don't see a speck of dirt on this punk band anywhere.
sharing sweat with all these stranger boys and girls. Will change the world. We sang will change the
Go back to Dead Poet Society. Fuck off. Someone throw a beer bottle.
world, but nothing seems to change.
Number 9, LS Dude.
I don't even know who this band is.
When some of the best punk rockers come together, history
You know you're in for a good video on punk rock when the person sounds like this.
is created.
I've heard refused.
Seosin's Anthony Green, MCR legend Frank Iero, Coheed and Cambria's Travis Stever, and Tim Payne and Tucker Rule from Thursday formed LS Dunes during the COVID-19.
These dudes definitely came from a family where both parents have pensions. If you have an intact family, you are not punk rock.
Pandemic. This inevitably brought up major 2000s nostalgia during a dark time, but it was also fresh enough to raise a new generation of emo kids.
I thought this was punk rock. You said emo kid. Where's the punk? Do you know what these words mean?
No wonder the band has proven so successful. They've been busy touring, and their second studio album, Violets, reached number 3 on the UK rock and metal
2 minutes into a video about the top 10 best modern punk bands, not one person has said fuck.
albums chart. Clearly, fans can't get enough.
No one's been arrested yet. This list is bullshit.
Number 8, Pink Shift.
What the fuck is going on here?
This band rose to fame the Gen Z way. They went viral on social media for their song, I'm Gonna Tell My Therapist on You, earning
Fucking I literally hate everything I just saw in this video. To the gulag!
a co-sign from punk outfit Anti-Flag. Their pop-punk sound is anthemic and easy to get into. However, the band also boasts enough grunge and grit to convey the defiance of disaffected communities.
Where's the punk? There has been no punk yet.
Fronted by Ashrita Kumar,
Just because you have SSRIs does not make you punk.
Pink shifts bold focus on cultural activism through their music. Although they're in the early stages of their career, the band has already supported artists like Pussy Riot and the Linda Lindas on tour. We can't wait to see what they have in store
Pussy Riot's not even a punk band, and that's not even like a diss on them. I don't necessarily think they're a bad band. They're not a punk band.
for us next.
What thrift store do you have to go to find that?
Number 7, The Chisel.
Who the fuck are any of these people? These guys definitely unironically wore Dare shirts. No one has died of heroin yet in this entire video. This is not punk.
UK punk scene is a vibrant world and definitely deserves more global attention.
Because no one knows the UK punk scene.
The Chisel is one of many bands at its forefront. They tap into iconic subgenres like oi and street punk, giving a voice to the
Like, oi!
unheard struggles of young people. Their music is characterized by the full throttle intensity of hardcore punk, as well as irresistible catchiness.
Nah.
Don't let the upbeat hooks fool you. The socially conscious lyrics reveal the dark underbelly of society and are unapologetically anti-establishment. With their
All these bands talk about the exact same thing. Isn't that neat?
extraordinary potential, the Chisel is destined for greatness.
Sounds a little bit better. That song sounds like it could have been on a Tony Hawk soundtrack. Not one of the top ones, but...
Number 6, Pup. If you thought this was too cute a name for a punk band, think again. Pup is short for pathetic use of potential.
There's such a lack of crime in this video. Sounds better.
As you can probably tell, these are punk rockers with a sense of humor, and that often translates into their music.
No, that's not allowed now. You guys are going to get canceled.
Hailing from Canada and widely celebrated there,
Never mind, they're Canadian.
Pup serves up self-aware existential dread that hits too close to home at times. But then they laugh about it. The vocals are passionate, and the instrumentation
Is it? You just sound like a white college kid who doesn't want to get a job.
is explosive. However, none of that is meant to distract from the emotional core. Instead, they amplify its rawness in a cathartic way. Besides,
My life is so hard because Starbucks went up in price.
the members are so endearingly chaotic that standing Pup is
Laughs and metal.
genuinely fun. Number 5, The Chats. This deliciously irreverent Australian band calls their sonic aesthetic shed rock.
I'm on smart time, so leave me alone. I'm on smart time, so leave me alone. I'm
Sounds closer to actual punk so far.
on smart time, so leave me alone.
On some days, that means garage punk. On others, it's rock and roll. Either way, they're honoring the ethos of DIY punk by making music that's rough around the edges and would probably tick off your neighbors if played too loud. The chat said
Wait, what did you just say?
they're honoring the ethos of DIY punk by making music that's rough around the edges and would probably tick off your neighbors if played too loud. The chat
That's kind of the fucking starting point of punk music. If you had to be like, this band stands out from the rest of the punk bands on this list because your neighbors might not like it. I don't know if you know what punk means.
Chats have also gone viral for their Australiana, especially through songs like Smoko and Pub Feed.
All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good puppy.
For the music video
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
of the former, they had a budget of $5 whole. Still, they managed to impress rock
Yeah, it's like silly 90s college kid punk, which is better than everything else that's been on the list.
legends like Iggy Pop and Dave Grohl with it. Obviously, they're not trying to change the world by singing about smoke breaks, but sometimes that's more punk than you'd think.
More punk than all of the other shit bands that have been on here.
I got struck by lightning. I can't see out of my eyes.
All right, this one seems decent.
Struck by lightning.
Number 4, Turnstile. This Grammy-nominated band from
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
best described as hardcore punk with a pop sheen texture.
Not one of these bands has had a stain on their clothes. Not one.
With shoegaze and driven by an alt-rock energy. In other words, they're constantly evolving, while many punk bands throw their fists up in the air and rage against the system. Turnstile looks inward, so you're usually left with feeling more than you bargained for with their songs.
Never let your guard down. Anywhere you go.
I mean, not the worst, but definitely not a fan.
Crowds go wild at their high-octane performances, but
Do they?
the band is also capable of making you cry in the club. This versatility has garnered Turnstile a wide fan
That's why I listen to punk music, is to cry in public.
base because there's something for everyone in their discography.
Now I'm seeing stars again.
Number 3, Amyl and the Sniffers. They're
What? Huh?
one of the biggest names in the modern punk scene right now, representing Australia on the world stage.
Is that Trevor?
And they were down and over saying you should not be doing that.
Amyl and the Sniffers, fronted by the exceptionally talented and fierce Amy Taylor, is a powerhouse of a band.
Never heard of this band at all.
They've built an unbeatable
Still 2 clean clothes. No one has been punched in this entire video.
reputation for their rip-roaring concerts, but are also beloved for their outspoken
Real punk bands can't afford to make music videos.
impulsive and protecting their audience from predatory behavior during shows or denouncing systemic oppression through their lyrics. The
Holy shit, they talk about the exact same things every other band on this list talks about. Wow. Stunning and brave.
group doesn't shy away from taking a stand. Reckless and unfiltered. Amyl and the Sniffers is not for the faint of heart.
She idolizes Sid Vicious's girlfriend way too much.
Number 2, Fontaine's DC.
I've not heard of any of these fucking bands. These chicks would call the cops if I took them to a punk flop house back in the day. I once saw Arnoldcore at a punk house, and that shit was insane. Just like an abandoned old house where everyone went fucking ape shit jumping off the stairs. It was great.
We're taking you all the way to Dublin for this one.
I'm gonna hit your business if it's momentary business.
Formed by a group of poets turned punkers, Fontaine's DC is an award-winning band. Rian Chatton's world-weary but compelling vocals.
You know what? You bring up a very good point. There's been no mention of like Leftover Crack or bands like that at all, which I'm not even a fan of, but it's far more punk and violent than all this garbage.
And the hauntingly bleak lyrics hit hard.
But baby, I swear it, I wanted to call. But on my way around, I happened to fall.
The cinematic visuals of
Where's the punk?
their music videos are carried over to their concerts, making their shows feel grand and immersive. Put it simply, Fontaine's DC is an experience, and you don't want to miss it.
Diarrhea is also an experience. It doesn't mean it's a good one.
England are the face of modern punk.
Who's I? Did you say the face of modern punk? What the fuck am I looking at? This is the face of modern punk. They're spinning and dancing in white suits.
They probably wouldn't like this title, though. After all, they don't consider themselves punk, even though everyone else does. However, that very defiance, combined with the band's liberal politics, screams punk. Idol's music has soul and socio-political discourse, and neither of those is presented in pretty packaging.
They're all British bands that just copy-paste each other's lyrics and play the same boring 4 chords.
My seeds, our dreams are made. He's my dream like I just got paid.
Their songs are raw,
Fucking no.
vulnerable, and even violent in the imagery they evoke at times, reflecting
Violent in the imagery. It'd be violent all of the time.
the reality of
Sex and violence.
the world we live in. That said, there's also hope and love bursting
Where's the fucking punk? What the shit is this?
through the cracks. If all this
These are all the fucking retards who comment on my videos being like, metal was only offensive in the past because people were offended by it. It wasn't trying to be offensive. I'm like, you're 5 and stupid. Go listen to Anal Cunt and Dying Fetus. The internet was a mistake. I'm gonna list off random punk bands that are better, even though they might not still be active. Sick of it all. Toxic Narcotic. I love Toxic Narcotic's live concert on YouTube. It is so good. I really want to actually cover the song Asshole by Toxic Narcotic. That'd be sweet. The Addicts are one of my favorite punk rock bands who are still doing stuff. Casualties are still doing shit. Face to Face is doing shit. Fortunately, 0 punk bands on the top 10 punk rock bands list. The modern metal bands list was better. There was like at least 3 actual metal bands on that one. Cro-Mags, The Exploited, The Real Mackenzies, The Dead Milkmen, Nine Shock Terror, 7 Seconds. Welcome to name dropping. Why it's punk name dropping. Adolescents, yes. The Vandals, I really liked them when I saw them, I think last year. Agent Orange. I know a lot of these are old as fuck, but they're more worth listening to than those modern bands. Lagwagon, No Use for a Name, punk rock. Here, I'll pull up one real quick. Let me show you punk rock, you pussy ass Watch Mojo, bitch. That's why I enjoy watching Watch Mojo. Because I turn it on and I go, what? This is punk! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. No clean clothes. People are punching each other. That's fucking punk rock, goddammit. No clean clothes, no white t-shirts. That was like a punk rock baptism we all needed after that awful garbage. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP Rabid Psychosis out now. This October we are playing with Carnivore AD at the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood, October 16th. Tickets are $25, so hit me or the band up if you'd like one. We've got Why It's Metal and Dark Insanity merch available now in my shop. We've also got hoodies, hats, buttons, stickers. We even have Dark Insanity weed bags. Link is in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.